Okay, I'll be on in 1 second. Okay, I'm here. I am here. And also, I'm going to move to the side. 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 Side, 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 side. I have learned Trickster. Chat, I have learned Trickster. I have mastered it. I'm hiding behind the TV because I know Matt's going to throw something at me. Hello. Hey, drivers. How's it going? Chat. 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 Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that, Matt? It's been a while since we've hung out. I just realized that, Matt. We haven't hung out in a long time. Like a long time. Well, yeah, I learned sidestep. I can move fast. I can move at high speeds. I'm untouchable.
Bruh.
You can bruh me all you want. I'm still untouchable. That's for damn sure. Look at these feet. These feet are moving fast.
Bruh.
You can bruh me all you want. You can bruh me all you want. But I'm still fast. I'm hiding behind the computer screen.
Bruh.
I'm hiding behind the TV. I'm hiding everywhere.
Bruh.
You want to keep on going? You want to see the fastest hands in the West? Boy. Okay, I'm just messing around. Okay. I gotta set something up real quick. No. Let's go to sources. Oh, thank you for the sub. Let's go. You know, Matt, on Saturdays and Sundays, I will stream just for you. Oh, and here's Max coming in. Here's Max coming in live. But yeah, let me add something in. You know, there just needs to be background music. I forgot to put this in a long time ago. I am making my presence before you start your raid. Are you playing some World of Warcraft without me, motherfucker? Yeah, what you doing, Max? You ditching me? You're ditching the nerd. You're ditching everything you think you know. I should fucking stop doing that, you know? Yeah, that's getting a little bit out of hand. The reason why I don't have any friends. Okay. Okay, let's add something. Media source. Okay. You know what I'm gonna tell you? You know what I'm gonna tell you, Rex? You get what you fucking deserve. That's what you get, Rex, when you try to get Aladdin from us. That's what you get. Yeah, you thought you know something. You know something. I got fast feet. Oh my gosh, we are definitely talking about we are definitely talking about World of Warcraft. Just give me 1 second. Let's go here. Let's go into loop. Browse. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what you get when you try to get stuff from VHS. I gotta manipulate the customer somehow. Rex. You think you're getting Dark Knight? No, you're not getting anything with fucking Heath Ledger unless you're talking about 10 Things I Hate About You. That's the only way you're gonna get any Heath Ledger. We're not gonna give you a Brokeback Mountain. We're not gonna give you. Yeah, The Dark Knight. What other movie was he in? Shit, what the fuck other movie was he in? Fuck. Give me 1 second. Oh, wait. Is it this? Yeah, I think it is. And okay, hold on. Advanced audio properties. Let's go to media source, monitor off. There we go. We got that ambient music. You asked for Twizzlers? You asked for Twizzlers, Rex? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Rex. No one cares about those red Twizzlers you get, okay? No one cares about those red Twizzlers you get, man. Oh, fuck, hold on. You think you're gonna get anything? Oh, you have a picture instead of. Oh my god. You know what, Rex? Matt, okay, fine, I'll get you a Twizzlers, but you're gonna get the black Twizzlers, the ones that taste like ass. You're not gonna get the red Twizzlers from me. I am controlling the world with my nuisance and my destruction. Okay. You were expecting Michael Jordan in your Space Jam. Too bad. You're getting LeBron James. You're getting LeBron James. You're not going to get a movie about a basketball player. Fuck. You're not going to get a movie with a basketball player playing with a bunch of cartoon characters. You're going to get a movie where there's a basketball player jumping for a bunch of Warner Brother Warner Brother movies and IPs into an AI algorithm, and then you're going to play basketball for the last 15 minutes of the fucking movie. You're going to get a little bit of those member berries that are just cheap sellouts. What do you want, Mad? Mad, what do you want? Tell me. What do you want, Mad? What do you want, Mushroom? It is a kid's movie. That's the fucked up part, Rex. Saw 2 is a kid's movie. And you can blame the Karens in Hollywood for that shit. That's what the audience says, Rex. They know it's going to be in there. What? I am so What? Wait, can I get Sunrise on the Reaping for 300? What? Are you asking for 300? Oh, sorry. We don't have 300. We have Baby Doll. Jeopardy. And also, welcome in, Error. Welcome in. What movie do you want? I might have it, I might not. At least my copy of Fallout 4 really had a copy of New Vegas in it. You know, sometimes I feel like Tom's a dick in his own fucking store that he doesn't really sell shit in. I'm just gonna be realistic about this shit, man. Like, this is how I feel personally 100% of the time. I'm scared to ask Tom for anything. I even asked him to use the bathroom one time. You know what he fucking told me? You better not upper deck that bitch, or I'm gonna give you a fucking California sunrise on your car. And I don't even know what a fucking California sunrise is. You know, it terrifies me. It terrifies me to no end that he can do that to me. It's scary, you know. I'm just, and I don't even have a car. I have like a Vespa. Dude, you're asking the wrong guy, Rex. Like, dude, like, you better ask Tom. I could get Tom over here. Like, I'll be like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I like I said, dude, I don't know. Dude, the guy went delusional like yesterday. Like, dude, he was like crying in the corner because like, I don't know what the hell happened. I swear the guy's been on social media all the time. Dude, it's like, it's freaking me the fuck out. Like, dude, it's unsettling. Look, Sharon, Tom's not here. He just went batshit crazy. And, dude, like, the guy threatened to fucking do a California sunrise on my car. Dude, I don't know why. I don't know why. Look, Rex, I don't know why there's just a section for Jason Statham. Like, I don't know. You want to know something, Rex? There's a reason why there's a section for just Jason Statham, because he's in a bunch of fucking movies. And also, welcome in, Siren. How are you doing? It's been a while. Yeah. It's been a hot minute. How you been? Hopefully everything's going well on your side. And also, welcome in, Error. Is there any movie recommendations I may or may not have? Oh, that's good. That's good, Siren. Oh, sorry. We don't have a Minecraft movie. That would just be like waterboard torture, Error. Like, why would I torture someone with waterboard someone? It's like making someone listen to like that one song from Macross 7. That's like torturing someone. I'm pretty sure that's part of breaking the Geneva Convention. Sorry, we only have what do I have over here? Let's type it up into the computer real quick. Let's look. Okay, let's look for 1 second. Let's type in Friday the 13th. What do we have for Friday the 13th? What do we have? What do we have here? Oh, it looks like I just have Jason Goes to Hell. That's it. Oh, you didn't hear, Rex. You know, with Hideaki Anno trying to become a historical figure, what is wrong with you, woman? Why would you torture yourself 1,000 times to watch Jason Goes to Hell? But also Rex. You didn't know. Our universe resetted a long time ago because of the big project. And also Snow White, we actually do have that. The boss said it was okay to have. The boss said it was okay. The boss said that was perfectly fine. So I don't know what he was smoking. Because Jason X is a masterpiece. That's why. That's why, Rex. That's why. But also, Siren, you should go over sometime. Like, I'm gonna try to stream Saturday nights and Sunday nights. I think I'm gonna go batshit crazy. I'm gonna try to stream more consistently. I've been actually almost like streaming every single day this week. I don't think I've missed a beat this week at all, period. I think I'm actually losing my fucking mind. You know? Yeah, I think that's what's going on. the Mike and Ike's I brought only had Ike's in it. Okay, okay. That's fine. That's fine. Because we only serve the Ikes. Oh yeah, you said Ikes. I thought you said likes. For some reason, my brain just, you know, tiptoed around it. But let's. Oh, I get it. I totally get it. Like, you know, just give me a heads up, and me and Kitty will hang out with you guys. Oh, is he wearing a tinfoil hat, Rex? Is he wearing a tinfoil hat? That dude's just batshit crazy. I know he looks like Saul Goodman, but he hasn't taken his meds in a while. I don't think he's all right. There's like one time he said he was helping some dude run an empire. Let me look here. Let me go over here real quick. Do we have, okay, computer, do we have Invader Zim? Do we have the TV show for Invader Zim? Okay, it looks like we only have Aqua Teen, Hunger Force, and Venture Brothers for cartoons. And also Bible Black for, I don't know why. We don't even have an adult section yet. It's just weird. You know, it's just like weird random shit. I don't know. Okay, Rex, in all honesty on that part, it's the owner of the shop. Let me just go get the owner real quick. Let me just go get the owner real quick. We'll figure it out there, okay? Hey, dude, I think Rex knows too much, man. I don't know what to do. He's just asking so many questions.
I know I could actually take care of this. Hello? You have called the manager? Yes, I am the manager here. You have summoned me? Yes, I can explain why we have a bunch of sections with Bible Black and mixed in with Steven Seagal. You know, Steven Seagal is a natural American hero. You know, he's better than Chuck Norris. He's also a cop in Milwaukee, I think, or something like that. I don't fucking know. Yes. The Bible Black section was popular for kids in the 90s, I guess. I am the manager of the store. What does this is like New Jersey here. Like we are in New Jersey. Like, what do you expect? Like, what are you expecting here? Like, we are in New Jersey. We own a video rental store. We own a video store. Enjoy a collection of movies. We have the finest collections out here. Hold on, I gotta get someone else to, say that word because my Canadian accent won't, make me say that word because I feel like it would be, like, a little bit, translatable. Let me get... Hold on 1 second. Okay. So you want... Why does the Canadian keep on bringing me over? You know? And also, welcome in, Draven. Well, Dragvern... I'm just gonna call you Pilot, okay. Welcome in, Pilot. How are you doing today? My name's Tom, the Lonely Driver. And also, you want me to say it? You want me to say it with a thick Italian accent? For like I'm from Newark? Okay, I'll do my Tony Soprano impersonation. You want to talk about the Gamagoon? Fuck about Galon. Oh, speaking of which. Oh yeah, I know. I met him a couple times. I saw his streams for a little bit. But also nice to meet you, Pilot. If you want to hang out, if you want a link to the description of my Discord, let me get that to you. Discord. Oh, there it is. So the Bible Black Box. Wait, do we even have Unicorn on VHS? I don't think we have Gundam Unicorn on VHS. Are you sure it's not just 8th MS Team? I'm pretty sure we have that on VHS, and I'm pretty sure we have Cowboy Bebop. But you should invest in Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Oh yeah, they're definitely probably bootlegs. I'm surprised. Let's check on the computer real quick. Let's check on the computer. Let's move over here. Beep boop 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 beep. Okay, so we have the adult parody of Sailor Moon. Like all 400 episodes. I don't know why we do. We just do. I've never watched them. I don't know what they're about. But I guess we have the adult parodies. I don't know what to tell you. We can special order it for you, but that's going to be an upcharge of $279.59. It's expensive because it's like the whole box set, and it's nothing but VHS tapes. That's like 25 VHS tapes for no reason. And it weighs like about like probably 60 pounds. Per like set, and that's like for all, how many seasons are there? Like all 6 seasons, even Crystal. So that's roughly about like 400 pounds. So you're going to need a forklift. Or your boyfriend's going to have to take anabolic steroids and look like Sam Solik.
I don't know what we even have. You know, I don't know. Does he have a forklift license? I think that might work out. I don't know how you're going to get into the house. You might have to do it separately, which is going to be like repetitive. You're going to have to probably carry like 20 pounds worth of VHS tapes. It's a lot. It's a lot of VHS tapes for some reason. It's like every episode's on its own VHS tape, and they never explained why. It's ridiculous, I know. You gotta love the 90s, man. Gotta love the 90s. That's all I'm just saying. That's all I'm just saying. You gotta love the 90s. So, okay. I'm gonna have to change subject. We are here, and we are gathered for one reason. If you have not seen on my social media, the deep discussion about the Devil May Cry Netflix adaptation. I am actually here to talk about this and actually have a discussion about it. Ooh. You know what? I'm just gonna recommend you, Siren. I'm just gonna let you know this is a heavily spoiled spoiler stream, because this is something I've been wanting to talk about for a while. So, okay, Max, it is going to be the Netflix adaptation. It is also an anime. It just came out today. It just came out today. I'm just going to, this is like this is something I'm wanting to talk about since I've finally watched it. Since I've watched it, and I stayed up until like 5 o'clock this morning to finish it. Went to bed, woke up at 11, and I couldn't get my mind off of it. This is like something that's been haunting me. It is on Netflix. It just came out today, Mad. I'm just gonna let you know. If you want to watch it, watch it. I'm going to do a on-stream review of this, and then I'm going to just like, I'm already streaming this on YouTube as we speak. So this is something I want to talk about. Just with my community, I want to try something. I just want to try, like, the one thing I'm really passionate about is film, movies, and video games, and, anime, like, and mecha. Mecha's like my go-to, especially with Gundam and all that. I'm going to start off with my history with the Devil May Cry franchise in general. Like, so Devil May Cry is like one of the most important franchises to me ever since I was a kid. Ever since I was like 13 years old, all the way through high school, and especially when I graduated from high school to college, so on and so forth. I got into it due to the HD remastered version of the first 3 video games. I played 4. And this is stuff that my grandma bought me when I was a kid. And it was one of those things I really got into for some reason. Even though at the time I wasn't really good at fucking video games. And I was still like getting used to doing all that stuff. Like I said, I did not grow, if you know me, I did not grow up in a normal childhood. I had a hard time making friends. I really did. So, getting into like video games that were single player was very important for me. You know? It was like one of those most important things because it was just like they were there. I could play Sly Cooper. I could play all that stuff on PS2. Sly Cooper, Sly 2, you know, so on and so forth. Devil May Cry came out when I was like, Devil May Cry was a thing I got into when I was a teenager, from high school on to college, because that was my favorite franchise. Okay. So I watched the original anime, which is like 12 episodes. It's about just the side stories of what Dante does on his like on like his downtime when he's not going to a castle to fight a demonic god or his brother. But yeah. So that's the history. Ruben Langdon and Dan Southworth are my favorite voice actors because of those video games. Especially in 3 and especially in 4 as Dante and Virgil. And when I got into 5, it felt like I grew up with the video game characters, as now that they're old men and now that I was an adult growing up. And just hoping like they keep this franchise going for the longest period of time. And now that we got this new Netflix adaptation, I'm going to talk about the positives first before I get into the negatives. Okay? So the positives are, with the voice actors that they picked to play Dante, Lady, and Virgil. Johnny Young Bosch does a good job playing Dante. There has been a massive like social media thing about Johnny Young Bosch playing Dante. Dante does a good job playing Dante. It is different from him playing Nero. I'm going to straight up say that. He's very well at playing a less angsty. He's really good at playing the lovable pizza eating goofball that we know as Dante. Like he does a phenomenal job with what he's working with. The person that plays Lady sounds like Lady from Devil May Cry 3. I don't know the actress that's playing Lady, but it's spot on. Virgil, here's my issue. Like, I'm just gonna say one thing. When you first hear the voice of Virgil for the first time, it sounds really, really, really weird. It sounds off-putting completely. It really throws you off from what you're used to seeing, and especially in the trailer, it doesn't sell you at first. It doesn't sell you on the concept of Virgil or anything like that. Like Virgil, the concept of someone voice acting Virgil that's not Dan Southworth, because the voice does not sound like Virgil. It comes off, the problem with the voice is it comes off too deep instead of too, because the thing about Virgil's voice is he's nasally. It's like, okay, for example, if someone, it's like, it's kind of comes off as someone trying to, like, instead of wanting to kick your ass, I'm going to describe it the best way I can. Virgil's main thing in the Devil May Cry franchise is that he wants power. He wants absolute power, right? And way Dan Southworth makes it work is, especially as Virgil, he makes Virgil sound very, very cold, calculating, and very obsessed with power, and very just cold. Just very, 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 very cold as a character. With the first time I heard the new voice actor playing Virgil, it sounded like someone got someone from Ninja Sanji EN and making them like sound like they just want, instead of wanting to kick Dante's ass, they wanted to go on a date with Dante on their fucking YouTube stream. That was the first time hearing Virgil's voice. It just, the dialogue lines could have been done a lot better with that line. It just sounded very weird. Like, it just sounded like it wasn't like he was very mean, like cold or menacing. He sounded really like it's been a long time, Dante. It's not like Virgil, like classic Dan Southworth Virgil, where it's like, it's been a long time, Dante. Kind of mean, kind of like he wants something from Dante. It's like you have these two different shifts in voices, and the thing is, Dan Southworth does a really good job as Virgil because he knows how to play those type of characters. And when you know, like, Dan Southworth's, like, acting prowess, especially in Power Rangers, because he does play the Quantum Ranger, which is, like, if you know anything, and this is, like, my ADHD just, like, going on a weird side note, okay? If you know anything about the Quantum Ranger he is like the Power Ranger that's kind of like the Green Ranger from Mighty Morphin, except it's played by Dan Southworth. And if you know how Dan Southworth plays a character, he is the type of guy that is cold, calculative. Even though the guy's like the nicest guy on earth, the mentality of the characters that he plays is I don't want to team up with you, I want to beat you. I want to be stronger than you. I want to be more powerful than you. Am I explaining it a lot better? With the new voice actor for the first scene, this is where things are weird, because he doesn't come off as intimidating. He kind of comes off as kind of like the voiceover, which I feel like they should have did a lot more like directing with the voice actor on that scene where he came off as, you can do it in a deep voice and make it actually more convincing. Instead of being like, it's been a long time, Dante. Instead of he's just like, it's been a long time, Dante. Like, make him sound more intimidating, because that's Virgil in a nutshell. That's the character of Virgil. And the thing is, like, doing a nasally voice and doing it like Dan Southworth would have been putting a lot more effort in. And the thing is, I felt really weird in that scene. It's like in episode 1. You'll know it when you see it. But when you see him the next couple times, which is like for seconds, it's like he's kind of more in character. Like the voice actor is more comfortable playing Virgil instead of being awkward. I think I should elaborate that like the first time you see him, it's a little bit awkward. But when you see him the next couple times, and this is a spoiler heavy discussion, because this is something I've been kind of like, it's been going through my head all day, is when you see him as Nello Angelo, which is something I'm going to put on the back burner for a sec, because it's going to be something I want to talk about when we get into the ideas of this show. And also, probably better to give you guys a heads up before we get into anything else. The show is basically an iteration of Devil May Cry. It is not anything dedicated to the Devil May Cry main universe. It is an alternate universe. It is a multiverse. And this is like something that just kind of like I will talk about later. And it's going to be spoiler heavy. So there is some things that change throughout the whole entire show. But the voice actor that's playing Virgil, he gets comfortable into the character. And, like, the voice sounds a lot better. He gets a little bit more of what Virgil's supposed to be like as, like, the personality, and gets into that mindset. Now we're going to talk about the one thing that probably everyone is worried about. The one thing that, like, well, not really everyone's worried about, because we have seen, like sneak peeks and all that for the Devil May Cry Netflix adaptation. Dante's good. Dante's good old wacky woohoo pizza man that can barely afford rent for some fucking reason, even though he makes, like, thousands upon thousands of dollars devil hunting. So he's good on that end. He's good on that end. Like he is tremendous. Like Johnny Young Bosch does a good job. It's different from Nero, which I think was a lot of things a lot of people were concerned about. Oh, Johnny Young Bosch plays Nero. He's not going to sound like Dante at all. He does put in the work on sounding like Ruben Langdon's like Devil May Cry 3 Dante, but has more of the personality of Devil May Cry 5 Dante mixed in with Devil May Cry 3 Dante. So we're going to talk about the next character, which is Lady. So there's one thing that, like, basically Lady's character has, like, the same origins as, like, in Devil May Cry 3 with her father Arkham killing her mother. They go a little bit more in depth on what really caused the chain reaction of Arkham turning the way he did. They kind of give more story of, like, Lady's childhood and what drove her into demon hunting. The one big change, like, it actually fleshes that stuff out. One of the big changes, which I feel like a lot of people were kind of like, no one knew what was going to happen, was Lady, instead of being on her own, just being a demon hunter by herself, she is more involved with a task force. Like, the US government has a demon hunting task force. And I'm just going to say this. For that part, that whole entire idea of Lady being part of a task force is a great idea. It was a great idea, well executed, and a lot of you seeing Lady be on her own, be part of this task force, and like her mentality going through it. It's good. It's like a good idea that I don't mind. It is like one of the best parts of that. It's like one of the best parts of that said anime, of that show. And like it's fucking great. I'm just going to say that. It is really, 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 really good. You know, it's fantastic. It does flesh out Lady a lot more than it did in like Devil May Cry 3 or any other renditions, because after like 3, Lady's kind of more of like a side character throughout the video games. I'm glad they did more fleshing out of what her character is, and I kind of want to see like the task force part go into like future Devil May Cry games to like develop the world building, and like they could take that idea from this show and put it in something else, and Lady signs up for that. That would be great. I think that would be really good. Capcom just needs to put a lot of fucking love into that franchise. I think it's a good idea. I think it sticks well. Now I'm going to talk about the White Rabbit. This is the main villain of the show. There's also another character you should also know is the Vice President. The only thing you know is he's called the Vice President. He's voice acted by Kevin Conroy. Rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. And the only thing I can say is when Kevin Conroy shines, there is some parts I'm going to talk about later. I'm going to try to not like spoil it completely until like we get like really into it. Okay. But Kevin Conroy is in this. Kevin Conroy is playing this guy called the Vice President. He runs the task force, so he's basically the Amanda Waller character, which makes it very like really good. Like really, 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 really good. Like, okay, where the fuck was I at? I just got fucking sidetracked. We're talking about the vice principal. But there is some issues which I'm going to talk about later that I have with this character. But Kevin Conroy does a really good job voicing him. Now we're going to talk about the main antagonist of this season, which is the White Rabbit. The White Rabbit is a character from the Devil May Cry manga series. Devil May Cry 3 manga series, to be more exact. He's the first demon that like you see Dante hunting. For the first time. Not really like the first time, but he's kind of like a very small character in the manga. He's just like there just for like something that Dante just like hunts in the manga. But in the anime, he plays more of a role as Arkham. He's like a hybrid character. He's very interested in the swords. He's interested in the Sword of Sparta because he wants to combine the demon worlds. He has an ulterior motive, which you'll see in I think episode 5 or episode 6, where you understand his motive and his understanding of why he does what he does. I'm not going to go into it. I don't think it's one of the things I'm going to spoil. I'm just going to keep that to the side. But he's a very, very well-written character. But there's one thing that really annoys me about him. That really makes me kind of wonder if there was an issue with the writing and the storyboarding and the whole entire story of this first season, if there was a last minute change. Because Capcom execs wanted something completely different. And it kind of really froze me off. And it's just you're kind of fed these crumbs of thinking who actually the White Rabbit is. Because it could have been two different characters. Because the White Rabbit felt like two characters from Devil May Cry 3 and they put them together. Okay? I'm just going to put it like that. He felt like two characters that were put together and it just felt like when you're watching the story, you're kind of interested in the White Rabbit because you think when you're watching it for the first time, you think you know who he is, and then he's not, and he's just an OG character, which kind of it froze you off completely. You're just thinking is he really him? Is he actually him? Is this the person that they're talking about? And in my whole entire theory, in my head, I thought he was this character because it felt like him. Okay? Let me put it that way. It felt like you were this character, and I'm just the way he acts, what he wants from Dante for the whole entire first season, you think it's him. But then when you realize it's not him, you're just like, damn it. Damn it. That it's kind of just like hits you just like, I feel like that was a bad call. I'll get to it in the like when I get to like hardcore spoilers, because I'm doing a little bit of light spoilers when I'm talking about this. But with all being said and done, he was a really good, compelling character when you understood his backstory of the reason why he wants to open up the gates from hell. And it humanizes him. It doesn't redeem him, but you understand the reasons and the odds to justify the means, which that's like some of the good writing in the show. And it's like one of the things I actually like about it. So, and then let's go into the action. Let's go into the animation. Let me just say the animation is top notch. Studio Mir did a great job with the animation, with the 2D mixed in with the 3D. It works well. The 3D, not so much in some scenes, but sometimes it's better in other scenes than it is in some scenes. But all in all, the fights are great. It feels like Devil May Cry. Like every fight scene is just fun to watch and can get really intense, especially with Lady fighting demons. And there is I think it's like in episode 4, they make a reference to Dread. You know that like, what is it? Who's the Dread reboot. They make a whole entire reference to that, and it's fucking great. It's a great, they took the idea from that movie and just put it in the show, and it was great. It's like one of the best parts of that show. Okay, so now that I got the positives down, let me talk about the fucking negatives, because yeah, they're there. So, I'm going to talk about the biggest negative in there. And this is also somewhat of a positive. But also, it is like the biggest negative to have. It's one of the biggest negatives in the show. I'm just going to say it's one of the biggest negatives. The show gets very, and this is something I talked about in a tweet, okay? This show gets very fucking political for no fucking reason. Like, you're trying to sit there, you're watching it, and you can understand, oh yeah, the military's involved, this and that. But it really likes to hand-fist the fact that they want to talk about the military-industrial complex, and they want to talk about early 2000s politics with George W. Bush. They really, 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 for some fucking reason, want to do that to you. And it froze you out of the whole entire experience when you have to deal with it. I'm going to keep things vague, but when you see it, when you guys see it, you understand what I'm fucking saying. Okay? You understand what I'm saying. When you see it, it is right there. You cannot ignore it. It is just there, and it kind of just like, when it's there, it's just like, why the fuck did you just not cut this shit out and then just rewrite it and do something completely different? It is so hand-fisted in your face, it's not even funny. It's just like, it's right there. It's there, you don't know why, and you're just sitting there and you're just like, God damn it. You were doing something great, and then you ruin it. And it only happens twice. It happens at the beginning of the show and then at the end of the show. And it's just like, why did this need to be in here? Who thought this was a good idea? This ruins the experience, and it makes you... And it feels like something that they wanted to put in just to make you guys sympathize for the demons. In the show, which... I'm just going to say this. There is good demons in like the Devil May Cry franchise. You see it in the original anime. Dark Knight Sparta is a good guy that chose to be a hero to the people. But also at the same time, let me put it this way. When you're making a reference to 2001 politics, and you make America look dumb, you're gonna get some eyebrow raises. This is like one of the main issues with this show. And the fact that it is US politics, it takes you out of it. You're not having fun with it, and you're just sitting there like, fuck, this is so fucking stupid. And they put it at the end of the season as a cliffhanger. And they use the song American Idiot as the main song for this show. Okay? The main song, the song that they play is American Idiot during the ending of this show. And it sucks so much. It is so bad. It is just like, why did you put this in here? Like, why? Is like, no, it's not the song. It is just, who thought this was a good idea in the writing room? And if this is Adi Shankar, you need, bro, don't. Like, you are, I'm just going to say this as a person. You are bringing politics that no one has any understanding of. And the whole entire thing is, and this is like, I'm just going to go very vague into my political opinion. We do not know what goes on in the head offices. That's it. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I just think that everything that happens in politics is something we can't control. I don't really trust our political system. I haven't trusted it in like the past 28 years since I've been alive. I'm done. The only thing I'm saying is when you put that stuff in a show, you have to like literally sit there, do your research, and make sure you're doing it properly, or you just don't even touch on it at all. And when you touch on it and you make it like seem like a very joke, and then when you make, and the thing is, it really talks about the U.S. politics of 2001, and it kind of just really ticks you off. And it's just like a massive reference to like, I hate to say it, like the war in Iraq. And they put this shit in a Devil May Cry anime, which it does not need to belong in there. And that's like the worst part about the vice president. And this is like the part I'm spoiling, because the vice president is a reference, is basically Dick Cheney if he was merged with Amanda Waller. That's all I'm going to say. Like, it is so dumb. It is like so idiotically dumb. It's not even funny. And it just makes me sit there and be like, fuck, I am so pissed. It just like, well, damn it. Now you just ruined like you just kind of ruined the ending and made the ending bad. And it's just, and the thing is, it's not subtle. It's just in your face. Okay? It's not even, it's like, how should I put this? It's like they use the war in Iraq mixed in with Starship Troopers. It's just very satirical and just in your face satirical. It's not really funny. It's just like, okay, you just ruined the vibe. And in that ending scene, that's when you see Virgil, which is basically the setup for season 2. That's like the major critique that I have against this show so much. And it just kind of ruins it. Another issue is with the character of Virgil and the lack of involvement he has in this first season. And I think most people are just like, they're just setting him up for season 2. And it's like, okay, the two things is, okay, I'm just going to say this because this is just me just like talking offbeat, and this is just me talking about my ideas and my thoughts. Virgil is a very important character in the development of Dante. Virgil is the rival character. He needs to be there to, let's just say, motivate Dante. Basically. That's what he is designed to do. And when you don't have him in there at all, because the whole entire thing is, it's like, Dante believes his brother and his mother is dead. When in all honesty, Virgil's been roaming the world for the Surge of Power in the original games. We don't know what he's doing in this show because he's nowhere to be seen. And I'm going to get into spoilers about the White Rabbit. The White Rabbit is a hybrid between Arkham and Virgil. which makes you think that the White Rabbit and the way he acts in the show is that he is Virgil. Virgil wearing a rabbit head. Like he's pretending to be this person named the White Rabbit to motivate Dante to do stuff. And the way the White Rabbit moves and the way the White Rabbit acts, he's like a more deranged and Joker-like Virgil. Like he's like a hybrid between Jester and Virgil from 3. But he's his own original character, and like they justify what he's trying to do. But the big issue that I have with this is Virgil is not there. So, like, the basic premise of the whole entire show is the Force Edge that, like, basically separates the human world from the demon world, and if the two amulets clash together, the worlds fuse. But in the Devil May Cry, but in the show, and the thing is, throughout Devil May Cry 3, and if you have played the Devil May Cry 3 games, you understand that Virgil seeks power to become strong enough to basically kill Mundus and get revenge for his mom, and also prove that he is now strong enough to protect anyone that he cares about. But the biggest character flaw is he kind of becomes more of the demonic side than his human side in the process and gets corrupted by the darkness. Virgil wants the Sharp Edge, wants the Demon Sword Sparda to gain its power. But the lack of involvement that Virgil has in the show is very, very disappointing, because the thing is, and I'm just going to say this in my own words, Virgil, when he hears the opportunity that the Sharp Edge is in the human world and now he can use the amulet of his brother and his and both blood to give him the power that he needs, he would be on that shit like trying to go on eBay to find a Shia Lily Gamer Sub cup. Like, he would be that fucking desperate to get that fucking power. If we're talking about Devil May Cry 3 Virgil. Like, he has that motivation to become very powerful in the video game franchise. That's what motivates him. That's what drives him. That's his main part of his character. And in the show, from what we have seen of him, is he's just a henchman. And that's it. He's not... He hasn't been roaming around Earth trying to find and understand the power of Sparda and try to become strong. He's just exists. And also, welcome in, Brent. Welcome in. I am having a discussion about my thoughts on the Devil May Cry Netflix show. And I'm having a in-depth discussion about how I feel about the show. But from what we understand is Virgil is not Devil May Cry 3 Virgil. He's more like Devil May Cry 1 Virgil he's already in that Devil May Cry 1 phase. He's not in Devil May Cry 3 where he's motivated to get the fucking Devil Sword Sparda to gain that power. It's just kind of like, that was kind of like his main role. And it just kind of like really makes you kind of more like, why did he not use, like, I feel like he could have been utilized a lot better, but I don't know what they were what they were thinking when writing the show when it came to that part. Because the thing is, Virgil is a key character in Devil May Cry. Like, he is the most important character in the fucking franchise. He is the main rival. He is the one guy that literally challenges Dante and challenges Dante's, like, physical prowess, mental prowess, and philosophical prowess of what makes Dante Dante. When you don't have Virgil there, you're just kind of missing a big piece of the picture. Like, he is the missing piece, and then when you introduce him, he is literally he's just Devil May Cry 1 Virgil. That's it. He's not Devil May Cry 3 Virgil, who's roaming around and hanging around he's not hanging around Fortuna having the sex with some Fortuna lady bringing up Nero, and there's not that. It's just Devil May Cry Virgil, and we have to wait another season to see where this show goes, because they just kind of wrote themselves basically in a the first problem with the show, like the biggest elephant in the room in the show, and they kind of wrote his character to be more of a freedom fighter for the demons. I don't know where that's gonna go, and he's already, like, glazing Mundus and making Mundus come out as his Lord and Savior and all that shit, when, in all honesty, that's not how Virgil works. And that's, like, the biggest issue. And it's just like, okay, is he just putting up a facade? And it's just like, is he gonna still be, like, Virgil that's, like, motivated to become powerful? Are we still going to get that? Are we still going to get that? Are we still going to get Virgil from, like, Devil May Cry 3? And the thing is, he doesn't have his Devil May Cry 3, like, Devil Trigger. He only has Nello Angelo, which, like, froze me completely off. And I'm like, Nello Angelo looks really undercooked in the show. It's, like, the worst demonic design. Like, it looks cool, but it doesn't mix well with Virgil's fighting style, his base fighting style, before he becomes Nello Angelo. And the thing is, like, and also the way it ends for Dante in the first season makes me kind of question how it's going to be like in the second season and how that rivalry will work. Because with the whole entire, like, military industrial complex of, like, the early 2000s politics, they basically fucking screw over Dante. Like, the humans screw him over completely. And, like, basically just, spoiler alerts, turn him into, like, an Area 51 project. It's kind of like the biggest what the fuck I've ever seen in my whole entire life. I literally was here at 5 o'clock in the morning watching this by myself, and the first words that came out of my mouth when I saw Dante going into Area 51 is like, what the fuck? Like, seriously, what the fuck just fucking happened? And yes, this is going to be heavy with spoilers, so I am warning everyone. If you haven't seen the show, watch it. It's good. It's good. I'm just going to say that it's a decent show. It's a really fun show to watch. It's just like the negatives are just there, and it just feels like you just have that moment of what the fuck were they thinking? And you're just like, yeah, cool. I guess we'll find out in season 2. We don't know when that's coming out. And in all honesty, I literally checked Twitter to see if people had kind of like the similar feelings I had. And that's the reason why I posted a tweet on Twitter to discuss how I felt about it. And there's some people that do like agree with me that they kind of found a way to ruin the show. And the thing is with me, I am the type of person that believes that a show can have negatives but still be pretty good if the negatives don't outweigh the positives. I don't think the negatives really outweigh it, but they do really irk you. Like, the Virgil part doesn't irk me that much, but the more I think... But the thing is about Virgil, and this is kind of my own biased opinion, because this is, like, my thoughts and my opinions about this. Virgil's, like, one of my favorite video game rivals. In video games. And I'm just going to talk about this. Virgil is a really, 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 really good character. He's a very, really, really good basic character. He is the video game rival that most people think of, besides Jetstream fucking Sam. I think, is that what his name is? Jetstream Sam from Metal Gear Rising? I can't remember. I can't remember. It's been a hot minute. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a hot minute. But the thing is, and this is my understanding of the show, and this is like, well, this is my understanding of Virgil. Virgil is a character that is, one, lost his mom at a very young age to a horrible incident due to being the son of a person that pissed a bunch of people off. And he feels like he is responsible because he's the oldest brother. And he feels like he should have been strong enough to fight these things off to protect his mother and his idiotic brother. Also, Virgil was outshadowed, was underneath the shadow of his brother because he felt like his mother loved his brother so much and appreciated him more. So he went on he literally, like, the thing is, Virgil went on a path to embrace his demonic side to become strong enough to protect anyone he cared about. But that whole entire mentality got easily corrupted by his greed for power. And that was the only thing motivating him. Also, welcome back, Madden. Welcome back. I'm still on this talk, and I'm talking about Virgil because he's one of my favorite video game characters of all times, because he's in this show, but he's like the part I wish they had more of. And I've been talking a lot. I feel like I've been talking for over almost an hour and a half about this show. But yeah, in all honesty, Virgil is one of those characters. Like, he's a character that was like, if he wasn't evil, like if he didn't if he wasn't corrupted by power, his motivation for his determination to become powerful, he would have been a good guy. And there's been a lot of theories on, there's been a lot of what Devil May Cry what ifs if the roles were changed. Where if Virgil was the main character of Devil May Cry and Dante was the rival, it creates a completely different story. And it's like one of those things I actually really do enjoy, and it's kind of like one of the things when I kind of have like an idea for a fan fiction in my head, I end up like using that inspiration for like the son of Dante. And that's like, it's like one of the things is like, I do like Virgil as a character because he is a very well-disciplined character that's just corrupted by power. And, if we get a Devil May Cry 6, I hope he gets a redemption arc. It's like one of those things. But in this show, I don't know what he's doing. He seems like Virgil, but it's like, does he have the same mentality as like the Virgil from the original franchise? Like, what's his thing? I don't know. Like, I feel like, in all honesty, the way they should have written it is, like, Virgil should have been, roaming around doing research on the studies of Sparta. The White Rabbit shows up and is like, hey, I know how to get the powers of Sparta. If you want to, we can work together and basically get you what you want, and I get what I want. And Virgil be like, so power? So you can give me power? You can give me unlimited fucking power? Let's fucking go. And then basically, and the thing is, because he, like, White Rabbit understands, like, getting that amulet's gonna be fucking hard to get because, one, you're dealing with Virgil, the most motivated guy on the fucking planet, and you're dealing with Dante, the most wacky woohoo pizza man you can possibly fucking think of, that can basically wreck your shit without you knowing what just fucking happened to you. You got one guy that focuses on the way of the blade, and you got the one guy that focuses on the fucking COD rooms, on the fucking chat rooms and COD, that can literally just obliterate you. So it makes sense that, like, hey, I have this, it would make sense for White Rabbit to be like, hey, I have this information that you might want to be interested in. And just kind of go from that concept, of that concept, and just like go from like, Oh yeah, that one scene. And that one scene, like in the diner, I guess there was like a sneak peek of it. Instead of using some guy that's trying to mimic Virgil, you could have had the White Rabbit show up, be like, "Hey," you can kind of go the Devil May Cry 3 route and be like, "Hey, this is your invitation from your brother. Your brother is wanting you to join him in a party or something like that. A tea party," and just go with the fucking little fucking Alice in Wonderland bullshit and just like, "Mwah!" And then Virgil's and Dante's like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me." And he's like, "Wait, my brother's a fucking alive? And he wants me to meet him?" And he'll and Dante's be like, "Oh," he's like, "What has my brother done?" And this like this shit, like, you know, gets like a task force to go after. Like the person that they think that they're going after is Dante instead of it's actually Virgil. Getting the sharp edge. And the White Rabbit is like Virgil's henchman, but you know, the White Rabbit's just like, "Ha ha ha, I'm just fucking manipulating you," just like Arkham and Devil May Cry 3. But, and then just go from that story of like Dante and Lady have to fucking fight the henchmen of Virgil, and then like Virgil and there's some things I really don't like. There's some nitpicks. I just feel like the way like Dante loses his amulet is kind of like just bad luck instead of just, "Oh, I wasn't ready to fight who I was about to fight and I just lost something that was important to me." It was, I just got dicked over by life. And that's kind of what happened to Dante. I feel like it should have been kind of more like the original Devil May Cry, where Devil May Cry 3, where Virgil takes Dante's amulet and unlocks Dante's devil trigger. Because Virgil would have needed like the demon, like the blood that's or like triggered by the demonic devil trigger to unlock the demon realm. And it would have worked out a lot better. I think it would have. I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of I'm making it a bigger deal than I think I will. But I just kind of feel like they did not really think on some aspects. And like, Virgil is a very important character in Devil May Cry. Is like the identity, is a part of like Dante's identity in Devil May Cry. Because like Virgil's the reason why Dante unlocked his devil trigger. Virgil's the reason why he has sharp edge. Virgil's like the reason for a lot of things, and Virgil is like the one thing that's on Dante's mind half the fucking time. Because Virgil is like the only family member that Dante knew about that was still alive. And it's like, and the thing is, when you don't have Virgil there, it kind of weakens Dante's like motivations of why Dante is Dante. And weakens Dante's philosophy. And they could have done something really great where these two ideologies, like these two characters clash. Because they're brothers and this is how they know how to talk to each other. it makes me, it makes me sad. Like, kind of a little bit deep down inside, I wish they did that. I wish they made Virgil like a main point in this show. They didn't. They just kind of showed him as like a cliffhanger teaser for season 2. And I hate it when they do that. Because I feel like they want to drag something out that should not be dragged out, you know? I think I talked about my feelings on the show. I don't know what else to talk about. Like, I think the show, like, would have been better if they changed some things. They took one major fucking thing out. And it concerns me. It worries me a bit. Like, oh, yeah. Okay. Hey there, Gotron. Yeah, I know what happened to Dante. That part really just... it hurts my feelings, Gotron. It really does. And I'm also talking from another chat. It really does hurt my feelings. Like, it really does suck. They put him on ice. And it's just like, why? But yeah, like this is like my talk. This is like me just talking about it. This is like my opinions. This is what I think. You know, I hope they change a lot of other things. I hope they do. But yeah, I think that's all I have to really just like say about this show right now. I think really should you watch it if you like action, if you like having fun. There's a lot of fun things to like about it. There's a lot of good things to enjoy about it. And I think it's an overall really good show to watch. It's a really fun show if you turn your brain off and not think about like the problems with it. But if you are a diehard Devil May Cry fan and you notice the same issues that I do, you just hope they fix this stuff in season 2 and make season 2 better than like season 1. And the thing is, that's all I have to really say about this. So, you know what? I'm going to end on this note. So what I'm about to say is, the Lonely Driver is going to be drifting out. And I'm going to talk to you guys later. I'll be hanging out in the Discord tonight. And I love you guys. And I wish you guys a good night. Bye.